Make your order by telephone on 0208 761 4810. Find us at 110 Norwood High Street, SE27 9NH. We're open from Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. For any extra information, just type Fresher Bakery in your Google search bar.
How far now? How you there, boss? I just got back from work, and I'm listening to London Hot Radio. I think you guys should listen to it too. I'm cooking some food as well. Jollof.
In the UK, you know what I'm saying? We got the new single called What I Do, and that's what we bumping right now. Shout out to DJ Sin, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who helped us do that whole project, and we're gonna keep it moving, you know what I'm saying? We out here forever. Let's go, Wu-Tang, peace.
Your Damn Self Worldwide presents Aaron Soul's new release, Alien, produced by The Voice, and DJ Sin is the executive producer, mixed and mastered by New Balance Studios in London. Buy it or stream it at most digital stores, including iTunes, Spotify, and Tidal.
Tell me, what do you see when you look at me?
LondonHotRadio.com. Tune in now for shout-outs and requests. Call, WhatsApp or SMS us on 0044 777 0603 264.
Hi, people. I'm Lady J.
And this is Al Mac.
And we're here live and direct for a normal, regular chat show. I tell you, giving thanks for life, you know? We have to give thanks for life.
We must give thanks for life.
Definitely,
you know.
Definitely. But, you know, as you know, people, we talk about anything and everything. You know, it's one of them ones.
So how have you been?
Yeah, I've been good. I've been good, Almac, you know, giving thanks for life, you know.
We all
saying
have to
my
give
prayers
thanks.
every day. You know what I mean?
We all have to give thanks for life.
Definitely,
you know, because,
definitely.
Of the things.
And how have you
well,
been?
you know me, always, you know, do my thing. I'll always, you know, well, go to the gym if you like, and do my exercise with. I think it's some sort of my drugs. Put it this way, that is my drugs,
Right.
and I cannot do without it. I have to have it.
And that's really good because you've got a routine as well.
I've got a
know what I mean?
routine,
And it's good.
and
it's really good. And you keep yourself active.
I keep myself active,
Yeah.
and usually I spend about 2.5 hours. If I'm feeling good, then you're talking about 3 hours in the gym.
Yeah.
And I don't just go to the gym and look around. I go to the gym and I work,
And you work.
and I work, you know, until I really, really get tired. So when I finish that, I don't have a shower in the gym. I usually go home and have a shower, you know, at home and everything. And if I have anything at home to do, I do it. If I don't have anything at home to do, I just relax and try, you know, keep myself occupied so I don't get bored or anything like that, you know. But yeah, everything is good.
Yeah, so you do, is it karate or?
Yes, he's a wushu Kwan, some form
Kwan
of
Alma, big up yourself.
yeah. Usually in the gym, when I finish do my exercises, then obviously I would you know, do my forms and things like that, and you know, do the normal things. You know what requires. Mind you, I can't do a lot of it in the gym, but I do most, if you like, and people always seem to come around and watch, you know, and watch me do my thing. Yeah,
so
just
tell
do
me a
the.
little bit about what it is. What
Well,
did you say it was called?
It's a wushu Kwan, and it's between karate and also kung fu as well. It learn you to protect yourself, and at the same time, it makes you respect each and every one or other persons.
So it's like discipline, isn't it?
It's all discipline, and in fact, when I actually start off this some years ago, I you know, sort of going with a brutal mind, if you like, when I notice I'm gonna hit someone or something like that, but. You see, when you start going into it and you start getting teaching, then you start to calm down. You calm down, you feel like you're so quiet, you hardly want to touch anyone. You know, because especially when you actually know what you're doing and you know whatever you do to another person, it can hurt that person.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
therefore, you try your level best to keep quiet, even if that person try to aggravate you or say anything disrespectful to you.
Right.
Then you find out you don't get on high, like your temper get on high and all the rest of it. You always be calm,
Right.
everything like that. And I tell you what, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So there's different levels. Is there
Different
is it similar
levels,
To like karate and-
Yes, it's different levels because at the present moment now, I've got a first Dan.
Okay.
Our first
What does
Dan
that
is a black
mean?
belt.
Could you explain? Okay.
First Dan is a black belt. Now, I at the time when I had my first Dan, instructor, Wushu Kwan, he asked me, well, he said to me, would you like to go for the second Dan? And I said, well, what have you got involved in the second Dan? Well, he said, you got knives. And I said, well, yeah, you got knives, but are they natural? He said, yes. Well, I said, no, this is not for me. I said, no. It's not for me. If you're going to have, a real thing, no, I'm not having it because that sort of thing can hurt, and with me, with no knowledge of how to defend myself from a sharp thing, then obviously I'm in danger. So I refused to do the second Dan.
Right.
But by the way, I still continue to do what I know over the years.
And what you felt comfortable with as well.
I felt comfortable with.
It's all about feeling comfortable with what
Yeah,
you're doing.
and the thing about it is that when you learn these things, you're quite confident going out.
Yeah.
And when people look at you, they don't even try to do anything or say anything to upset you because you got that certain look.
Yeah.
Because during practices, during the exercises, what we do, you always have to focus right in front of you. Therefore, you got your eyes open all the time. You don't blink. You don't blink or anything like that.
Yeah.
So therefore, when you go on the street and you start looking, you don't blink at anyone. You just look, and people look at you and say, well, look at his eyes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good for anyone to sort of, especially in these days. It's good for especially women as well. It's good for them to learn something to protect themselves from all these criminal, all these rapists out there.
Yeah, well, definitely. What we did growing up, what I did with my kids, big up my daughter, Melly, big up yourself, Daniel, big up yourself, Jay Thriller, you done know. What I did with them and myself, we studied martial arts.
Yeah.
So every week they went to martial arts, because
cool.
I thought about, so that they're able to protect themselves, also discipline as well. And I enjoyed doing it as well.
Yeah.
But I was more focused on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did, every week without fail,
Well, that's
study
good.
martial
That's
arts.
good.
So they grew up in that.
Yeah.
And I do believe that because it's all about self-defense and it's not a case of going and picking a fight. It's more of a, if somebody comes to attack you, you know how to defend yourself.
Exactly. You feel confident. You feel confident.
Yeah.
And
you don't have to, you don't have to hurt them as such, but
No,
you can just
no.
you know how to defend and block a punch or whatever,
Yeah,
and it gives you confidence, like you say. It
yeah,
gives one
yeah,
confidence
yeah.
as well.
I'm not saying that it's going to protect you for everything because, especially women, a woman is a weaker sex.
Oh yes, of
Yeah,
course.
so
of course.
therefore, a woman can be easily hurt.
Yeah.
But if you got the perseverance, and you know how to sort of look after yourself.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
can actually hit that person one hit where it hurts. And if you do that, then you can get yourself away from that person.
Yeah, definitely.
But you're not going to
So
stand up
it's-
and fight that person
No.
because that person is much stronger than you. But as for me, I know exactly what to do to stop them. Get them on the ground and that's it. Stop them.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
if
but-
a woman, it's a good sport to take up as well because it's
A very, very good sport to
know,
take. But keep you fit.
keep you fit. You're not only just learning how to
yeah.
defend yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
For men and women. For young people. And it teaches discipline.
Yeah, well, you
You
see, it's quite a lot of youngsters who get into that.
Yeah,
And,
there is. Yeah.
if you come across any youngsters who actually doing the martial art,
Oh yeah,
you'll
I
find
do.
that their attitude towards everything is completely,
It's completely
different.
different. It
Completely
is
different.
completely different.
Yeah, yeah. They know how to talk to you. They know how to do things, and they know how to say things.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that is what they have been taught in classes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's good. It's good. So
It is.
anyone listening out there, especially women, I would advise you to do something to sort of help yourself. You're not going to be perfect, but at least you're not going to start screaming out and everything when someone put their hand around your neck or something like that.
Right.
You got an idea what you can do to sort of help yourself or
Yeah,
to stop this
yeah.
person from hurting you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it's good.
Definitely.
It's good.
Definitely.
Because all the hand movements and things like that, I do them anyway.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
when people hold you around your neck and hold you anywhere around, grab
Yeah,
you, and I
yeah.
know how to sort
Yeah.
of get out of that.
Definitely.
Because
and it's, yeah,
don't
it's
forget, I used to teach. I used to teach classes, but the only reason why I stopped because I used to have about 50 or 55, up to 60 students. Yeah, but I realized I have to sort of hire a hall,
Yeah.
which I did every Sunday afternoon,
Brilliant.
and I used to get all these people coming in. Those days, it's only £1.50 a lessons. And
Sorry to cut you. Do you know where we did it?
where?
In the park.
In the park?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh.
And because the teacher is my godbrother,
Yeah.
one of my godbrothers, there was quite a few kids and adults
Yeah.
that were, and it wasn't even a thing that he wasn't even charging us anything.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was just something for the kids to get off the street, something for everybody to do and feel comfortable. And it was out in the park, and I'll tell you, it was amazing.
Yeah, well, the reason why I charge, because don't forget, I said to you that
Yeah,
I
yeah, 'cause
hired the
everybody-
place,
yeah,
and I had
everybody's
to pay for
different.
it.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So the thing about it, that you always find some of the fellas that come in, and £1.50. They said to me, "Well, I haven't got the £1.50 this week. I'll pay you next week." Next week they come along. They said, "Well, I haven't got it, so I have to go into my pocket and take out that money to pay."
Yeah, this is it.
So it goes on. It goes on and on and on and on and on. I said, "Well, look, I can't pay you guys for me to learn you."
Yeah, yeah,
So I stopped.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It happens.
I mean,
But yeah, it's nice doing it outdoors as well because people just come along and start joining in as well. And it's it's out in the air, out in nature.
yeah.
I'd like to say some shout outs. Centipede, big up yourself. You done know. Jackie Brooks, big up yourself. I'm telling you, girl. And anybody want to big up Almac?
If you want to big me up, that's all right.
Big up
I've got no
Almac.
problem with
DJ
that.
Sin, big up yourself. You don't know. Big up all the London Hot Radio family. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. I think learning self-defense. It's really good for a young person. Because you find some young people are being bullied in schools or, around the community where they live. And a lot of them have gone into doing self-defense.
Yeah.
And it
yeah.
has really helped them. You're all right, you'll have the one little odd one what going go out there and go start trouble.
Yes.
There's always going to be one. There's always one that's going to do that. But the majority will know that, they were being bullied at one stage. But now, the kids that were... another one, a lot of little girls... A lot of young people, young ladies are taking up boxing,
Yes.
And there are a few students, around different schools that I've worked in that, went into boxing because of bullying. And it's basically to defend themselves. But at the same time, the bullies are seeing that, right, oh, she's doing boxing now. Oh, we're not going to bother anymore. Oh, no, don't touch that one. That's a boxer, So... it kind of psychologically of keep the bullies at bay,
Yes, it
and
does,
you've also
it does,
learned
it
something,
does, it
and
does.
that they're also enjoying.
It does.
Which is really good, So I would highly recommend it, and I think it's good that you're doing that because a lot of people are at home, and they would love to be going out and doing stuff, but they don't want to go out there and.
Some people haven't got the
The
motivation.
motivation, that's what it's about.
They haven't got the courage to do it.
Yeah.
And you'll find probably if someone said, okay, fine, I want to learn something, as soon as you start doing the exercises and they feel a little pain, they said, well, no, I feel pain and all that.
You gotta work
see,
through the pain, ain't ya? I think
it's
yeah,
not it's not on
it's-
that. If you start doing this, obviously you have to do exercises.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
everything you do, you have to do exercise to get your body fit.
Of course,
And
that's what it's about. Yeah.
if you don't use your muscles for a very long time, the moment you start stretching, then
Yeah,
you're going to feel pain anyway.
Yeah,
But it doesn't say that you should stop. You should continue because when that muscles get better, it's no more pain for you there.
Yeah. Do
You
you
know,
know,
so-
I was someone I was around and they got up off the chair and their bone went crook. I said, "Was that you?" Yeah, getting old. I said, "Listen, you need to just do some exercises.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, there's
yeah,
nothing. Yeah, I'll get round
yeah,
to it, but."
yeah.
You know, they say they'll get round to it, but it's good, you know, and it's all part of good health, you know,
It is,
well-being.
It is.
Doing a
and
bit of exercise,
Yeah,
getting,
yeah.
you know, keeping yourself exercised and oiled, keep the, you know, even
keep-
cod liver oil, you know, you're taking your cod liver
Oh,
oil,
yeah,
do
all
your little
that, yeah.
exercises, taking your,
Yeah.
you know, your vitamins, natural vitamins, you know, a lot of people are taking anyway. But, you know, it's good to do the exercise to keep your body,
You
you know,
keep-
fit and limber and,
You
know,
keep the bones strong.
keep your bones strong.
Because put it this way, people my age, and probably your age as well, that goes around with a stick. They can't walk because they got a problem
Yeah.
with their knees.
Yeah, and
They
you
got
see,
a problem
and you
with
see,
their
the-
hips.
and you see, even though there's a problem, it's all about the physiotherapy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they're constantly doing their physiotherapy to keep the bones strong, keep the muscle building, you know, instead of saying, all right then, got this stick, you know, they give me some physiotherapy, but that's it. But when they've given you the physiotherapy, if you're not going into the, you know, your regular therapy
Mm-hmm.
meetings where they, you know, they literally help you and assist you through it, you can do them at home.
Yeah,
Some people don't do them at home.
no,
You know, they just
no.
wait until they go to the next visit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you've got to be doing it at home to help maintain. So when you go to the next visit, you're getting more stronger and stronger.
Of course, I can tell you this. When you start doing exercises, I mean, you're not going to feel good in a week. But give it, say,
Give it a bit of time.
give it a little bit of time, say 2 or 3 weeks' time, you find that your whole body begin to change.
Yeah.
And you find that you can eat a little bit more. And when you go to bed at night, you find that you can sleep a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because doing all that exercise
Yeah.
is more or less for your heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
yeah,
if
definitely.
your heart is
And-
strong, everywhere else is strong.
Right.
Yeah?
Right.
So it's sort of a give you that feeling of goodwill,
Well-being.
well-being, if you know what I mean. I'm not trying to push you into exercise or anything like that. It's up to you if you want to do it or not.
But it's something
But
to
I'm
think
telling
about.
you, it's better than going to the doctor and have some sort of a medication for your headache. Because as far as I'm concerned, I never experienced any headache
Wow.
whatsoever. And that's not a lie.
And that's because you eat healthy and you exercise
Exactly,
regularly.
exactly. And like I said again, Lady J,
Yeah.
the meat thing is not me.
Yeah.
And, you know, all the rum and the whiskey and the beer.
Because you
and
don't drink either,
no,
do you?
I don't do that. And it's amazing, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Maybe it's a way
well,
about up. It's a way about
yeah,
up,
it
you
is.
know.
Yeah, that's really
So,
good.
You know, sometimes, some time ago, I used to see people get drunk, you know, on the street, like a man, and you know, I saw a guy some years ago. He was so drunk, and he walked and started staggering all over the place, and all of a sudden he fell down and he hit his head. He couldn't get up. Yeah, and sort of a foam was coming out of his mouth.
Gosh.
So some people rush over and try to help him, call the ambulance and everything. He was drunk. I thought to myself, now, just imagine, that man went out. He worked all week long. He got his wages. He went out. I don't know whatever he bought and drank, but it must be alcohol. and look what he has done to himself with his own money, what he sweat for a week long, and look what happened to him now. Now, all that sort of thing, I look at and said, well, it doesn't worth it.
Definitely.
It doesn't worth it. And it's no way, no alcohol going to my lips. No way. And all these drunk food and all the rest of it, it's not me. It's not me. Like I said to you last time, when I talk to some people, they always say, well, I'll make you sound boring. I said, well, yeah, it might sound boring to you, but it's not to me.
And that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with you, what people might
Nothing
think
at all.
about you. That's
Nothing
their
at all.
issue. Yeah.
That's their prerogative.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
but
so-
you know, say you are right. And it's all about you. If you can't make yourself happy, nobody ain't going to make you happy unless you within yourself is happy.
No.
Because if the person's not happy and then they're going to bring it on to other people, they're going to be around people and, oh, this and that, oh, this and that. Nobody wants to hear, all the time, if you're not happy. You've got to try and make yourself happy in whatever way you can.
But of course, because
you know?
exercise isn't hard, because these days you go on the internet and you got people who teach you to do exercise.
There's so many.
Yeah, and you get a routine from one of these people on the internet, and you can actually do it at home.
Yeah, exactly,
so
yeah.
there is no worries there.
And it's a much more wider range now.
Yeah, all sorts, all
Good
sorts.
old Peloton.
Oh yeah, well even martial art. You
Yeah,
got
loads of these different things.
In the media, you can look at it
Yeah.
and try something out or whatever it is.
And as I said, we used to do it. I used to do it as well, martial arts.
Yeah, but it's all good.
Yeah, it's
all good.
very good, and it as we say, it's all about your well-being.
Oh
It's
yeah,
all about
yeah.
making sure you feel
Because
good
your
with
immune
yourself.
system as well, that build up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if your immune system is strong, then you can fight off any sort of infection or disease or whatever might you pick up out there.
Yeah.
You can fight it off quite easily. I tell you what, like I said to you, exercise is better than going to the doctor to pick up all these medication that they give to you, because all these medication that they give to you, they give you one, you take it, it heals something, and then
And
you
it
start
causes
something else.
The side effects.
Something
It's
else.
got this side effect.
So it's
and then
dreadful.
You have to
It's
take
dreadful.
something else for that side effect, and then you have to take something else.
Exactly,
Because
exactly.
from that side effect, there's going to be another side effect.
Yes,
You
yes.
know what I mean?
Anyway,
yeah.
I've been watching the news lately. They had some sort of a demonstration. I think it was yesterday, somewhere up the West End or whatever it is. They were demonstrating about this vaccine, because in the medical field, the government reckoned that all the staffs and everything have to get their booster by the first
Yeah,
first
they're
of
putting
April.
a lot of pressure on them. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a few people, they say they rather lose their job than taking. So at the same time, when that person, I heard that coming from the person, I said, well, this is not the only person who have that intention. Now, if they start losing, workers from the health service, then eventually they will not have anyone
Well, this is
to
it.
sort of
Yeah.
work and see people with medical conditions, and that is another problem. That is another problem there, because if that start happening, then like I said, they're not going to end up with a lot of staff in hospitals
Well,
and
this
the
is
medical
it. I mean,
care
there
and all the
are
rest of it.
much more less staff now already than
Exactly,
there was in
exactly.
2019 when it first begun. There's
So-
a lot less, and then there's going to be a lot lesser.
Exactly. I don't know what's going to happen, because
Well, I know a lot of the people that, the nurses, a lot of them are looking for other work,
Yes,
I mean, that
yes,
a lot
yes.
of them have to just go and do, get a job, because they will get a job.
yeah,
But, they wanted to stay in the job that they've been doing, the NHS. I mean, look at 2019, everyone was clapping for them.
right, yeah.
Every Wednesday or Thursday, you'd go out and you'd clap for the NHS for doing
Yeah.
such a great job. And, people have that are in the NHS
Yeah.
have been around a lot of people that have got COVID, and a lot of them haven't caught anything.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they're being ridiculed because
Right.
it's like, oh, if you don't get this done, you've got to lose your job. So a lot of them, what they're doing now, they're just getting other jobs.
Yeah,
Which
I
is,
don't.
you know, it's really sad because they're not doing what they really enjoyed doing
It
in the beginning. But then some of it, because of what's going on, it's made a lot of them very angry, and
nervous as well.
depressed,
Yeah.
nervous, depressed towards what, you know, thinking that this is what I did for you and this is what you're doing to me.
I don't think that's a forced thing because I always say that you know, if government try to force something onto you, it can't be any good, to be honest with you. And people have a right to protect themselves from all these you know, things what government says you should have. And they're telling you, well, if you don't have it, then you're going to lose your job. I mean, that's force.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's force. And you know me, Lady J. Like I said, they had to kill me first before they actually inject me with anything. I got my DNA in perfect condition, and it's going to stay that way. No one going to put their poison into me.
Everybody has rights.
Everyone
rights,
have their
you
rights.
know?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they trying to take away people's right. In fact, they're taking people's right right
Yeah,
away
well,
already.
That's
yeah.
what they're, you know, that's the agenda, isn't it?
Yes.
That's the agenda. I mean, come on.
Bit by bit.
You know, I had to laugh. I thought, what was this man thinking? You know, Boris having, you know, doing what they did, having their party while knowing that we're under lockdown.
Well, there you go.
And then as far as he was concerned, it's, what was he said? Don't quote me on this.
It's a
But-
business, sort of a business, was a business meeting
He
or
didn't
something.
think it really mattered. He didn't think he needed to worry about that. Where you're telling everybody to social distance and you know what I mean? But there's a lot of jokes going around about him at the moment.
Yeah,
Some of them are really
yeah.
funny, you know. I like the one where there's one where he's dancing with, you know, the auntie and you know, but
Because-
we're all wondering, is that the real him? Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm wondering at the moment. Everybody's asking, is that
but
the real him?
But at the time, people were actually losing their relatives, mothers, fathers. They were dying in hospital,
Yeah.
and they could not sort of be with their loved ones.
Oh, yeah,
And they have to
yeah.
just leave them alone. And
Yeah.
people are hungry because at the same time, it's like one rule for one section of people
and one for the other.
and one
but
for
it's
the
always
other.
been like that, isn't it?
You know, so
Always
what?
been, in the world, it's always been like that. It's always been, you know, divide and separate, and you know they've just come with something else
Yeah, yeah.
to, you know, try and implement it a bit more. That's what it is, you know. They
But-
try so many different things to divide people, separate people. So now it's another thing. Other things are going to come as well.
Yeah,
You
but
mark my words.
But the thing about it is that they send out a sort of send out people at the to the off license to buy booze.
Yeah.
Yeah, to take back. But you see, these people, they have a way, and although they say that you know, he should resign and things, but he's trying desperately to, you know, sort of hold on to his job. And that is one of the main reasons why he lifted the face mask. And I think next week
You know he did wrong.
he did wrong. So he tried to take the what do you put it? Take everything away from the public,
Yeah.
like all the information the public received. He tried to do that to cover up, but unfortunately, it doesn't work
It's not happening.
It's not going to work.
Happening, old B.
because they're still saying that he should resign.
Well, I've heard they got somebody ready to take his place. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They've
but
been-
is that person
Yeah.
going to take his place? Is that person any good? Is that person better than him?
Well, who knows? We don't know, do we? You know what I mean? They always preach this and that when they're, you know, when they're running for council. But as soon as they get in, I thought you said you were going to do this for us. I thought
Yeah,
it
no
happens
government
all
is
the
good.
time.
No government
so
is
no
good.
government, you know,
No,
nobody
they're not good.
knows what it will be, you know. But we'll have to wait and see, eh?
Yeah, I mean, he's fighting very hard
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he
to
is.
stay in his job.
Yeah.
But you find some MPs, they more or less try to say, well, you know, this and that, and he shouldn't lose his job and whatever it is. But there again, you'll find some senior MPs which say that he should go because the people, some of the people that I interview outside
Yeah.
say that he should go because they cannot put their trust into him because as
Yeah,
far as
that's
they're
what they're saying.
concerned,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
he's a liar. He's always lying about
Yeah.
things.
This is it. And politicians do lie, though, don't they?
They do lie.
A
They
lot of
do
them
lie.
They've lied from creation right up until now. They're still doing it.
I'm glad you say that.
Yeah, so it's never going to change. I have to say, Del Trey. D-Ray, big up yourself. He mentioned about the UK knives in the US, it's guns. In the UK, all right, so yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, in the UK, it's knife. It's knives, and in
America,
US,
it's guns.
it's guns. Yeah, that is so true. I'm telling you, you know, and it's like a culture. It's like a culture, because even in Jamaica as well, you know, it's just crazy what's going on out
Well,
there.
it's all over the world. It's
Yeah.
all over the world. But
It's all over the world, but at the moment, there's been so many deaths in Jamaica within the past, from the beginning of January. There's so many. I know it's happening all over the world, but I'm talking about like my homeland, then where my parents born.
yeah.
You know, and it is so horrible to see that is happening. You know, heads to be, you know, some of them are behave like them they are Baghdad and all them place there.
I mean,
You know, it's horrible to know that.
I don't know what's wrong with people these days, but
Yeah.
we have to be very, very careful indeed. You know, even walking on the street, you have to sort of have a couple of eyes in the back of your head to see
Yeah.
what's going on behind you. But here in the UK, I mean, that sort of thing happens very often, especially not far from here in Croydon. Was it last week?
Last week, yeah,
Last week,
yeah,
a
last
couple
week,
people
yeah.
get knives, and you know, and they end up in hospital. I think one died or something like that.
Yeah, one of them
you
died,
know,
and there's
and
one fighting for their life.
this young lady mentioned the USA. The USA, I think they dwell on these things. I mean, the guns they have in the USA, they can't do without it. That is the way they live in the US.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
each
a lot
and
of
every
them, when
one
they have their
there,
license and all them
they
something
can have the guns and have the license, and they're not afraid to use their guns. And when I say they're not afraid to use their guns, you know who they use their guns on every time in America. And this is disgusting because I look at some YouTube video for what all these police they doing in America to individual who just going about their normal day business. They stop them, and before you know it, everything get out of control, and they're shooting killings going on in the U.S.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, they make it their way to kill people. So therefore, I would say, whether they like it or not, they are murderous people
They've been doing it for many years.
for many years.
Many years. Yeah.
And their intention is to control the black population in America, just like 400 years ago. Yeah? But some black Americans, they try to fight back. But if they do that, where do they end up? They end up in prison, doing 40 and 80 years in prison.
Well, this is a thing
You
that,
know,
it's,
so it's ridiculous. To me, I mean, I've been to America quite a few times, and when I look at the YouTube and see what they're actually doing in America, the police, what they do in America, I thought to myself, I will never go back to that country again, never. And I assume that I'm not the only one who feel that
there's
that
loads
way.
of people that feel that way. Yeah, of course. That's why they have a lot
You know?
of marches. I mean, that's why, we had Martin Luther King and them man, they are march for justice. You know what I mean? Because of what was going on. So all those,
But yeah, but
you know,
Dr. Martin Luther King, well, you said march for justice and things like that, but they still kill him though.
well, this is it.
Because
you
they
know,
didn't
but,
like
you
him,
know,
because they didn't like what he's
overall,
talking
yeah,
about.
Overall,
You know, so
that's the thing.
yeah.
So people will always be, you know, still marching for justice, but nothing will change, and that's like, you know, in all over the world, it is what it is. You know, it
Yes.
is what it is. It's a shame.
It's a shame.
But,
It's a shame.
you know, you just have to make sure you're protecting your family and your loved ones. And, you know, trust God, trust the Creator, trust Jah.
Yes, we have to do.
Because we have to cover, we have
Yes.
to cover ourselves enough time to go up on the road, you know, protect ourselves to go on the road and make sure that we can come home. When you come home now, you make sure you give thanks and praise to say, yeah, me reach home safely. All
Yes.
before you go to your bed, little prayer. Thank God me reach my bed safely, because anything can happen.
Anything can happen. But you see, in the UK, I think you stand a little bit more chance. If you go on the road, then you don't have to worry for a policeman to come up behind you, stop you, and sort of search you, and eventually they shot you. You got more chance in the UK to survive the brutality. Yeah, because I'm not saying that they're good in the UK.
It still
They still got
happen.
the wicked mind.
It still happen because enough
Yeah.
of them got jail and it happening there so.
Yeah, yeah.
Enough of them get hang or them hang themselves. Come on now.
Oh yeah, I
You know,
know,
you
I
know
know,
that
I know.
already.
Yeah, but
Right there so.
I,
But, I know everything good for talk.
I know, but the thing about it, I can't really understand why, you know, these people who are in authorities, they have the power to do all these things, and at the same time, they do all these dreadful things, and they get away with it. They get away with it. It shouldn't happen that way. Now, you and I, who actually paid the police to do their job, I'm not saying that they should not do their job the way it should be done, but they actually go overboard and they use extra power or power what they, you know, teaches, whatever, they use extra power to sort of put it forward to people and even criminalize people because
Oh,
of
yeah.
their power.
The
They tell
system,
lies.
innit? The system.
Yeah, they tell lies.
It's the system.
You know? So
You know?
I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying all of them is the same thing, because you got some good policemen around the place.
Oh yeah, I know that.
But you have to look very, very hard indeed to find them, because you find that if they go out in the street, you always find 3 or 4 policemen together. Now, what I'm saying that one in that lot could be a very good cop, and anything goes wrong with the other 3, even if you want to say something, it can't.
You see, normally we see police in a 2. If you see police on the road, you see them in 2s. If you see them in a 4s now, then you know there's a problem. Come on.
Yes.
You know, normally you just see two bobbies on the beat.
Yeah.
You're not
yeah.
gonna see so many. So you know if you see 4 of them, you know there's something wrong somewhere. You know?
Yes. Well.
You know, no one knows. No one knows the minds of another man. You know.
Well,
as I said, we have to make sure so we know where we mind.
Well,
you know.
I know the minds. I know the minds of the police, because as soon as they see you, they hate you anyway, and they want to do something to you.
Well, yeah,
Every
but
time.
remember, not all of them is like that. Not all of
I
them
know.
is
I'm
like
not saying
that,
all like that.
You know,
But majority.
not all of them is like
Majority
that.
is
But,
like that.
You know, well, you know, that's for them business. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, wicked in everybody. You will have even a doctor that's wicked.
I know.
You'll have a nurse that's wicked. You know, there's wickedness in all kind of people.
But you must.
It's just that the police, they may have more of an authority because they're you know, they're just, you know, because they're in the law, so they feel that they can get away with more things.
Yeah.
But
Well.
other than that, there's wickedness in enough people out there.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is the police can stop you from having a future.
Oh yeah, yeah, of course.
They can dampen you all the way through lives, that you cannot achieve anything to the end of it,
Oh yeah,
because
yeah,
you
yeah.
have a criminal record. And if you have a criminal record, then obviously you're going to find it very, very, very difficult indeed to sort of hold on a job. Because as soon as you go for a job, they give you a form and they just fill that out, and you have to put all the details about your life. And you have to put that because it's there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You have to
yeah.
put that. And as soon as you put that, your employer might see it. And they said, well, sorry, but, you have this criminal
But
record.
they won't all say that.
Well, I don't
You
know.
see, no,
I
they
don't
don't
know.
all say that.
I've never been in that situation before,
Well, because
so I
I
don't
work
know.
closely with, certain, being in education, you work, with the different agencies. Now, an employer, from you, if you put it on the paper, if they give you an application form, you go for a job, you get an application form, and you put that you've been in trouble with the police, you've got a criminal record, put it on there. Because it's for that employer to say, well, you've been honest to them, because everybody deserves a second chance. You've put it on there, so you've been honest. It's up to them now to decide whether they will take you on. That's why they've got this thing where they'll take a person on for probation, 3 months or 6 months, depending on the establishment, the type of job that you're going for. And you are on a probation period. Now, they are, at law, they're entitled to give that person a chance. That it's up to them. It's up to them to say, yeah, I'm going to give you a chance, or I'm not going to give you a chance. If they give them a chance, at least it gives the person that's got, because not everybody have a criminal record is a bad person. Some of them, it may be something them do in a life where them do certain things to keep them head above water, so them have a criminal record for whatever whatever the case may be. And the employer can give them a chance if they want to. It depends on their, how they
Their
feel
way
about
of thinking.
it.
Yeah.
They could take on a
Yeah.
person that's a criminal, and you find that person that was a criminal changed them life. I know people like that. Me can give a testimony of people like that I've seen for myself. I've seen people come out of prison and work. I've seen people with criminal record get jobs. It's all about how you portray yourself, Even though you might have done something wrong, you are entitled to a second chance. And it just depends on the employer and how you portray yourself. You go for that job, even though you've got a criminal record, you've gone for that job. You make sure you do your homework on the job. Let them, find out why you want the job. Just in case the employer asks you, why have you come for this job? What was your interest? You must be able to say what interested you to apply for the job. So you make sure you do your research. Oh, for example, I can see that in 2019 you had a turnover of 5 billion. You have to be able to tell the employer them things. Now, if the person can tell the employer things like that, they can see that, right, this person's done their homework. They know what we want. They know what this company is about. They've taken the time out. All right, I'm going to give them a chance. So they'll have that employee now will be on probation 3 months or 6 months. It's like that for everybody anyway. That's why that rule is there. Everybody's on probation, whether you have criminal record or not. But if that person that's got the criminal record and they're on probation and they've proved themselves within that job, majority of the time they get the job.
Yeah.
So it's down to the employer's discretion. It doesn't matter whether you've got a criminal record. It depends on what it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So.
If it, because sometimes there was one where fraud, fraud is a thing where people were on benefits and they were working. Now you know that when you're working, you're on benefits, but you can work, but we're only allowed to work a certain amount of hours. If you went over that hours,
You have to.
done for fraud.
Right.
So it's that simple. You could earn an extra £1 and you would be done for fraud. Do you see what I mean? If you didn't tell them that, right, that person has worked an extra £1. So it was a thing where they have to be you know, notifying the Social Security that they worked an extra hour or so. If they didn't, they were done for fraud. So it's that simple, you know. And however, they would get a criminal record because they were done for fraud. That would also go on their files. So some of them may have 3-year unconditional discharge, where they say, right, if you don't get into any trouble in the next, say, 5 years, for example, you know, that's fine.
Clear.
Try not to get into any
yeah,
trouble
yeah.
within that time, because the unconditional discharge means that even though they've committed that crime and they've got a criminal record, they're not going to serve time in prison.
Right.
So they would be, it would be unconditional discharge, where they would basically have to be on good behaviour, make sure whatever they're doing is, you know, if they are going to be working and claiming, make sure it's, you know, they notify the right authorities, the right departments.
Yeah.
So that helped. But there was lots of people like that were working and were done for fraud, and the employers ended up taking them on because they saw that they were so hard working, and even they were on benefits, claiming benefits and working as well. The only mistake they did was maybe work the extra hour, or maybe work an extra 10 hours.
And even that shouldn't take into consideration anyway.
So they take it into consideration. So
Yeah.
there are people with criminal records. Never ever think that because you got a criminal record you'll never get a job. You will. People have come out of prison and get job. It just depends on how you carry yourself and how you portray yourself, and showing, willing that you're willing to, that you have changed. You know, prove that you have changed. It can work. So never ever be downhearted. Oh, the mouse fell. Yeah, you know, don't ever be downhearted that, you know, you can't get a job, because you can.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But yeah, what's the time? Time. But yeah, another thing we want to touch on, because we're going to be doing live news updates on a weekly basis. So we're working on that project at the moment. The advert's been out about 3 weeks now, I believe. So myself and Almac London Hot Radio listeners, we're going to be keeping you updated with what's going on in the world.
Just the headlines. Just the headlines.
Just the headlines you're going to get, you know, just so that you know what's going on. And obviously we'll give you the headlines, and we'll make sure, we've done our research and we know what we're talking about. So it's going to be coming from a source.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, that is one thing to look forward to.
There's a lot of work. There's a lot of work that goes into it. This is where I've got to put my acting skills into action. What's that? What's that, Almac? Yo,
yes,
family.
Jerry P.
Jerry P, big up yourself. You done know.
Jerry P, what's going on, man? What's going
up,
on?
Jerry P? Big up yourself. Trixie Lee, big up yourself. Oh my words. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. So
it should be good. It should be good.
It's like going to be hard work, though, isn't it?
It's hard work.
It's going to be hard work.
And we have to do a lot of, sort of rehearsal and know what we're doing, because don't forget the world is listening to us, and we don't want to make a fool of ourselves. So put it this way, if I don't feel confident to do this, then obviously I won't be doing it. I'm telling you now.
But you do feel confident, don't you?
I'm confident enough, but
I have to admit, I do feel a little nervous.
That's what I'm saying, because when you start talking and know that definitely the world is listening to you, then
they're listening to us now, aren't we?
Yeah, no, but this is a bit different because we're talking things what happen each and every day of our lives.
Yeah.
But I mean, doing the headlines. Some of these headlines can be very lengthy, and some can be very short.
Yeah.
And you have to read a couple lines to back it up as well.
Yeah.
So all that is more or less involved. So like I said, people, we have to know what we're doing before we start doing all this.
Looking forward to
So we
that.
don't let you all down.
So we're behind the scene. You're getting a little bit of info here from behind the scenes.
Yes.
But yeah, that's project that's
That's in the pipeline.
That's in the pipeline. Well, it's quite near the end of the pipeline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Because
yeah.
we should be starting, say, the latest in the next couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks.
I'm looking forward to that. And don't forget Noel's on the 28th of this month as well. So we got Noel's event.
Yes.
So that's another great event coming up. Big up Boom Sound Factory. Done big up on herself every time. Hey, listen, they're doing so well.
He's on his way.
Who's on his way?
Jerry P.
Jerry P on your way. All right. Wicked.
Oh yes. I don't know. What time is it now?
The time is, do you know what?
We don't even
It
know.
is almost time. Guys, we are almost going to be out. I'm not sure what time it is.
Yes, 14:56.
Yeah, it's almost time for us to go. Jerry
Yes.
P's on his way, so he'll be up next.
At 3 o'clock, Jerry
Yeah.
P will be
Will he
here
be here at 3 o'clock? I wonder if
Yeah.
he'll get here on time, eh?
to give
But
you
yeah,
all his
guys,
latest.
you know, there's a lot going on, and you know, like we were talking about before, with a bit of martial art. Or
Yeah.
what was the one that you do?
Wushu Kwan.
Wushu Kwan.
Wushu
Wushu
Kwan.
Kwan. So guys,
Yes.
get on the internet, give it a Google, see what you can find out. Because it's good to find information about stuff that you'd like to do, because there's so many things out there that that people can do
You can do.
to
Yeah.
keep well and fit, even going for walks.
Yeah, you can go for a walk, but depends on how you walk anyway. Because if you're gonna walk, then you need to do some sort of power walking, not just step like you're some lazy lizard or something. You have to walk.
Lazy lizard.
You have to walk very strongly. Like we call it power walk. Yeah. But
Yeah.
if you are a beginner, then obviously you just start off normal walking, and by doing that each evening on whatever you fancy, then eventually you'll find that you start to go a little bit faster, and eventually you go faster, and eventually you start running.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
Do you know what I told a couple of friends? I said, get yourself a skipping rope.
That
For
is-
years,
yeah.
For years I've, always said to them, I really want to go and do exercise, but I just can't. I said, get yourself a skipping rope. You can go and skip in the garden. You can skip outside but even in your house you can skip, if your ceiling's high enough, and I used to do it in the house, skip, yeah. And even that as well, that lets off so much energy. What's that? Why does your face look like that, Alma?
I'm just trying to.
Oh, someone's saying something.
Yeah, I'm just. Is it different?
Oh, Jackie Brooks. How is it different to other topics from martial arts? So what you do.
Oh, different topics. I don't know exactly what you sort of meant by that. Different topics. If you're talking about different styling of martial art, then it's going to take a whole day to go through all that. Yeah, but it depends on you. There's different sort of martial arts out there, and it's only you can actually go on the internet and find out what's a different style.
So within the style that you do,
Yeah.
what does it entail?
And the style what I do is plenty of hand movements.
So it's more okay,
It's self-protecting.
right?
Say, for instance, someone hold you around your waist, you can get away from that. Someone hold your hand, you can get away from that.
Right.
Someone try to punch you, can stop that person, put him down quite nicely on the floor, and things like that.
So it's quite similar to martial arts.
It's quite-
I think that's what Jackie meant. How is it?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's quite similar. Yeah, it's
Okay,
quite similar.
okay.
But it's not just one or two movements in that. You got a whole lot of movements.
Right. And how
When it-
long has it been around? I forgot to ask her that.
It's been around quite a long time. I don't know if you remember Bruce Lee.
Oh yeah,
Some years
definitely.
ago. He's been around even before that.
Really?
But
I'll
Bruce
have to
Lee,
Google that.
Bruce Lee make it more or less famous. And after Bruce Lee, you find that every country and every nation start to get into that. And now, if you look around the world, it's a lot of different martial arts taking place.
Yeah.
So what's her name?
Jackie Brooks.
Jackie Brooks if you want to do martial arts, then obviously, like I said to you, try and check out all the different styles, and the one you like, then you don't have to go to a class to do it. You can actually look on the internet and see the movements, and you can practice the movement from the internet. And if you feel like that is not enough, then you can find some sort of a class. You don't have to spend 2 years or 3 years, whatever. You can spend 6 months just to learn enough to actually protect yourself. If you go out and find yourself in trouble, then you're not afraid, because you've got some sort of a thing in you which you can
You're
look
able
after
to
yourself.
Defend yourself as well. And,
Okay.
and
No
protect yourself.
problem, Jackie. No problem at all. No
Bless
problem.
up yourself. That's Jackie. Oh, I tell you, she's my ex-manager. Bless up yourself,
Right.
Jackie. I love her to death. I tell you. Bless up yourself. I'll give you a call later, hun.
Yes, I'm very happy that I can explain a few things. I don't know if I did explain everything to you, but whatever I say to you, probably you can pick sense from nonsense. Okay, Jackie? Okay.
Big up yourself, Jackie. She says thanks with a smiley face.
Yes,
So
thanks.
I think that, so that's really good.
Yeah.
So it is something for young people, young
Not
children
only
can do
young,
as well.
not only young people.
So it's very similar to martial arts.
It's
from
very
what
similar
you're
to
saying.
when I said similar to martial arts, it's very similar to karate.
Right. So I
because-
heard you call the person's name. Can you pronounce the art that it is?
Wushu Kwan.
Wushu Kwan.
Yeah.
So I heard you mention that Wushu Kwan was there. Is that a person?
Frustrated with finding the right mastering for your song to a professional commercial standard? New Balance Studios London, UK
They're gonna be
consists of a
waiting. We're gonna
combination of great engineers
continue that
and
next
unique
week.
portfolio of vintage and state-of-the-art equipment. New Balance Studios are currently becoming a leader in audio mastering. We also give you 3 options of masters to choose from. So try us now from £70 onwards at www.newbalancestudios.com.
Ready to shoot a video for your music? Contact us for a professional